powered by the sun. No energy bills because it's designed to capture heat. Completely carbon neutral, entirely self-sufficient, and it can even generate power for a car. So is this the zero-emission future for our homes? This family in Devon are aiming to create the greenest house in Europe. It is the first of its kind.
Lots of light coming in. We're obviously pointing perfectly due south to maximise solar gain. And we have natural solar shading from the green roof above to help keep it a little bit cooler.
Kai Moffat grew up in the area. She and her husband Nick, who works in construction, have been trying to make their home a reality for 7 years. Where did the inspiration come from?
I think it started from when we got married on the site 7 years ago. So we had a world-inspired, beautiful tents sitting in this, in the spot. And afterwards we thought, well, why don't we try and build an off-grid home?
I wouldn't say we're eco-warriors, no, but for us to build a house that's creating its own energy is kind of the dream. We're fueling our travel with any spare hydrogen that we have. We're harvesting our rainwater from the roof. We're managing our own waste, and we also have a borehole on site, so we're drawing water up from the ground. So we're completely off-grid. There's no cables, no pipes in or out of our house.
In the summer, all the energy for the house will come from solar panels. Some of the excess will be stored to make hydrogen, which will then be used for the house in winter when there's less sunshine.
Welcome to the engine room.
So this is where the house is powered up?
Indeed, yes. That elevation is dealing with all water treatment, water storage, hot water cylinder. The wall behind you is dealing with all the electrical boards and BMS panels and all the inverters from the solar panels on the roof. And in the middle of the room, we have all our hydrogen plants. So the electrolysis plant, the hydrogen fuel cell sits in the middle of the room. This is where we're making our hydrogen.
And that hydrogen can also be used for powering cars. Energy expert Beth Dawson has been advising the Moffat family on how to make it all work.
Hydrogen enables you to make the most of your renewables, and that is key for moving us away from fossil fuels and taking us into that into that greener future. Sun doesn't always shine, wind doesn't always blow. However, if you've always got hydrogen there as your backup and your store, it means you can make the most of your renewables when you have got it available. We lose an awful lot of renewable power in the UK just from curtailed wind turbines when the grid can't accept any more back. In my ideal world, if I had a magic wand, would be to stop wasting that energy and to create hydrogen instead.
Construction is now moving along fast, but getting planning permission was really difficult. To maintain the heritage of the land, they'll be replanting historic woodland. Then there's the cost. At £500,000 just for installing the technology, clearly most people can't afford this kind of building. The Moffats believe it should be easier to create sustainable homes.
I think we're still living, in the dark ages a little bit, because we need to become more aware that this kind of technology actually exists.
Their children are already enjoying themselves, but the family want others to be able to benefit from their home too. They're installing a viewing platform for school children to be able to visit and learn about the technology. Last year, the UK proudly became the first major economy in the world to pass a net zero emissions law. But reducing our carbon footprint by 2050 will require a drastic move away from fossil fuels.
There's some pretty ambitious targets, environmental targets, that we need to meet over the next 10 to 15 years. So unless there's government support or subsidies, I think we're really going to struggle to meet those.
With 40% of the UK's CO2 emissions coming from households, clearly we need to think more radically about the way we live.